Yes, it is or isn't. And now to George and the Great One.
All right, thank you very much, guys. As the camera swings in, you perhaps will recognize the gentleman who's sitting beside us here in the red chair. Number 99, Wayne Gretzky. Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you.
How are things?
Everything's great, great. I'm excited to be here. I'm kind of nervous, actually.
Oh, I think you'll be all right. When you look at that photo, you were commenting on that picture behind you. What do you remember?
I was saying that photo there, I remember because of the patch on the shoulder. That was our first game in New York, and we got beat 10-1. Glenn Sather wasn't too happy, so I hope he has a better night tonight.
Yes. 10-1. You got one. Who was the goalie? John Davidson?
John Davidson was the goaltender. We were a young group of kids, and we weren't quite ready for the bright lights of Manhattan. And we took it on the chin pretty good.
And it has a big impact.
It has a big. You remember every minute of it.
When you're watching the season so far, what are you thinking?
Well, I think the same thing. I'm really impressed by the play of the players now. The players are so good. They're so fast. They're so big. The coaching is so much better. The goaltending is so much better. I always tease that in the old days, you take sort of the lumpy kid and say, you be the goaltender. Mm-hmm. Now the goaltenders are athletes. It's hard to score, and the coaching is so good. And it's early in the season. It's hard for the teams who got to the semifinals, finals to find their groove this early in the season. So you don't have to worry too much about teams like Chicago and LA. They'll be there in the end. They're very good teams.
So is there too much coaching? You hear some people talk about how the players are overcoached right now. There's
really?
Too many systems.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the players want to be coached. The greatest thing about the hockey players are they're wonderful people, and they want to be taught, and they want to be coached, and they want to get better, and they want to be successful. So in our sport, I don't think so. I really believe each and every guy I've ever played with, the kids who I know, the kids that I had the pleasure to coach when I did coach, they want to get better. So no, I don't think that's an issue.
Did you like being behind the bench? Do you want to?
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I'm glad I did it. Yeah. It was a challenge for me. I'm not sure it's in the cards in the future for me though. But I loved every minute of it. And I had a great captain, Shane Doan, and I had a good bunch of guys and a good general manager, Don Maloney. Mm-hmm. And it was, I really enjoyed it.
There are some people out there who wonder when you're going to get back in the game, as if it's a foregone conclusion. Right. In your mind, is it a foregone conclusion?
Yeah, right now I'm so excited about what I'm doing in my life. I'm going to be a grandfather here in 5 or 6 weeks, and that's exciting. I have some businesses that I tend to that I'm enjoying. Tonight I'm doing a really fun function at the Hockey Hall of Fame. So I don't really actively look to get back into hockey. Now, I have friends in the game. I love Brian Burke, and I'm glad for him and Brad Treliving that Calgary's off to a great start. Obviously, Kevin Lowe and McTavish are good friends of mine. Mm-hmm. Dean Lombardi and Luc Robitaille in L.A. and Sutter. So I'm in the game, but I'm not really in the game.
Do you miss that part of it?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I got a little envious today. I saw the Rangers around the hotel, and I was thinking, gosh, I wish I was going over to the arena at 3:30 to get ready to play a game. But you know what? Life goes on, and listen, everything I have in my life is because of hockey, and I can't be any happier.
How close were you to getting the Leafs job? Because that's the other story, that you were close to getting those jobs.
Oh, we chatted. I finally can admit we chatted. It just wasn't the right thing for them and for me. Tim Lewicki's a wonderful man, and the organization is a good organization. And listen, I grew up a huge Toronto Maple Leaf fan. At one point, I almost signed here in 1996. But, sometimes things just happen for a reason, and it just didn't work out. But Brendan Shanahan is a wonderful man, and he's a good person, and I think he's going to do a wonderful job.
The late game tonight and the early game out there, I suppose, is your old team. The Kings are going to be playing against the Canucks. Wayne's going to stick around. We're going to have a conversation in the second intermission later on tonight. Look at the all-time assists. We know that Gretzky's got more assists than anybody else has points. Look at number 6 is Adam Oates, and way down there is that, what is that, 2,300 and something or other? Nick Kipriel's an all-time.
He had to play too many games with Tocchet.
That's right.
Get the penalty minutes.
Penalty minutes would be different. We're going to go over to Adam and Nick now.